The trip, sponsored by the Greatest Generation Foundation, is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to revisit a place they could never forget. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dora Scheidell. Happening right now, crews are searching for the remains of 1994 kidnapping victim Heidi Allen. From typing to texting, social media has become one of the dominant ways that we communicate. Wayne, we were both out there at Super Dirt Week today, and I know you were in a t-shirt, but I was freezing.
Well, you can't always go by me for how you dress, Dora.
Matt and Megan, I'm just steps away from where Auburn police shot and killed a man Saturday night who was threatening them with a meat cleaver. Matt and Megan, in these court papers that we obtained from the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office, we're learning a lot more about Matthew Craven and the threatening Facebook posts that led to his arrest yesterday. Every time the Pristulas got a donation, they would ring this bell. Right now, the winds are just whipping out here, making it brutally cold. There's even been a few times where I've almost lost my balance. That's how strong the winds are out here. But as bad as it is here, up north in St. Lawrence County, they've suspended all snow removal operations because there are so many abandoned cars on the road. Reporting live from Watertown, I'm Dora Scheidell. Matt and Megan, back to you.
Dora, for this, we are going to send you on a trip to the Caribbean, I think.
Or
you deserve
at
it.
least a warm meal at the diner. Thank you, Dora.
President Obama's first stop today was in Western New York. Mr. Obama talked to a large crowd at SUNY Buffalo about his plans to make college more affordable for families. Jason Robinson of Rome is defying all odds.
It's my life. I can do whatever I want, and I'm going to do the 15K. So I'm proving them wrong.
Making history this weekend, the 10-year-old will be the youngest participant to ever compete in the Boilermakers 15K wheelchair division.
Coming down the hills and having the breeze right in your face, and it just feels great on a hot day.
Jason has been fighting an uphill battle his whole life. Born with a rare form of spina bifida, a birth defect of the spinal cord. He has very limited use of his legs, but it doesn't get in his way.
He's never once said poor me or, you know, why me, or it's just this is his life and this is what you do.
Inspired by the support of his community, Jason has been training for 12 weeks with a custom-fit racing chair after his school raised the money to pay for it. After all the help that Jason received, the Robinson family is paying it forward. In June, they started the J-Rob Foundation, which raises money to pay for adaptive sports equipment for other physically challenged children. Jason plans on crossing many more finish lines.
I want to be a Paralympic when I grow up for this, and that's what my dream is. So I'm going to push it to the limits. Inspiring the rest of us along the way. Because for Jason, the Boilermaker is just the first mile of a lifelong race. Reporting from Rome, I'm Dora Scheidell. Matt, in just a few hours at 6 a.m., 2 Central New York veterans, both in their 90s, will leave here and fly to Hawaii for the 73rd anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. The trip, sponsored by the Greatest Generation Foundation, is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to revisit a place they could never forget. Born and raised in Baldwinsville, Larry Perry was stationed at Fort Armstrong in Hawaii at the age of 21. He remembers playing a game of touch football and looking up.
I looked up in the air, and there were hundreds and hundreds of planes.
It was more planes than he had ever seen, and moments later, he learned where they came from.
Pretty soon, the first sergeant come out, and he says, "Hey, well, Pearl Harbor's getting bombed," and he said, "We're being attacked by the Japanese."
Perry's commanding officer ordered him to deliver ammunition to the troops, but he took a short detour.
I just had to come up and see Pearl Harbor. He says, "If I ever get out of this, I'm looking at a piece of history, you know."
And what he saw immediately brought him to tears. The surprise military strike had destroyed all of the 8 U.S. Navy battleships.
Every one of them are battle. That was our first line of defense, and I don't think the people ever realized that. With them gone, we had nothing.
And at 94 years old, he'll take one more look and remember that infamous day, a memory as vivid as it is painful.
How can you refuse anything like that? It's been 73 years since, 73 years since I've been back there, and I would really like to see what's happening now.
Harry and his friend Edward Stone, both making the trip tomorrow, are two of the 3 Pearl Harbor survivors in Onondaga County. It's a group which unfortunately gets smaller every year. Now, to put this in perspective, last year 24 survivors were on the trip. This year there are only 12. Reporting live from Hancock Airport, I'm Dora Scheidell. Matt, back to you.
And we thank them for their brave service. Time is taking its toll, though. Thank you, Dora.